Hey there, and welcome to our channel where we bring you stories that celebrate the beauty of the human experience. Today, we'd like to share a special story with you. This is a tale about a dedicated mailman named Henry Collins, who lived in a charming town called Maple Hollow, Vermont. Henry has been serving his community for over 4 decades, becoming an integral part of their lives. However, after 42 years of dedicated service, it's time for him to retire. And as he prepares to embark on this new chapter, the people of Maple Hollow come together to show him just how much he means to them. Join us as we explore the touching story of Henry Collins and the incredible impact he has had on his community through his unwavering commitment to his job and his genuine care for the people he serves. Henry has earned the love and respect of those around him. His retirement is a bittersweet moment for everyone in town, but it also presents an opportunity for them to come together and express their gratitude for his service. As we delve into this heartwarming narrative, we witness the power of community and the profound effect one person can have on the lives of many. Henry's story reminds us of the importance of recognizing and appreciating those who serve us every day. So sit back, relax, and get ready to be inspired by the incredible tale of Henry Collins, the beloved mailman. One cool morning, in late September, while sipping his coffee, 65-year-old Henry Collins gazed out his kitchen window at the vibrant autumn scene. Scarlet and gold maples adorned the hillsides, squirrels scurrying about, gathering nuts for winter. The air was crisp, carrying the scent of fallen leaves and wood smoke. It was the kind of day that made Henry grateful to be alive, and even more thankful to live in a place like Maple Hollow. His town was nestled in a valley like a painting, surrounded by hills and dotted with houses with white picket fences. The town was peaceful. Every face was familiar. Every dog had a name. Every day was filled with the quiet joys that only a tight-knit community could provide. Henry had been delivering mail here for over 42 years. He'd seen generations grow up, families blossom, and seasons change countless times. It was more than a job. It was a bond with the place, the people, and the rhythm of life. But all good things must come to an end, as they say. Henry's retirement loomed on the horizon, and the thought of leaving his route filled him with a strange mix of emotions. Retirement was supposed to be a happy time, a reward for years of hard work and dedication. Yet for Henry, it was tinged with sadness. He knew he'd missed the daily ritual, the familiar sights, the friendly faces, even the grumpy old man who always yelled at him to hurry up and deliver his mail. These had become a part of his life, a comforting constant in an ever-changing world. It wasn't just about the mail. It was about the connections he'd made, the friendships he'd forged, and the sense of belonging he felt while delivering his route. It was a feeling of purpose, of being needed, of being part of something bigger than himself. But life doesn't wait for anyone, and as the days turned into weeks, Henry knew it was time to move on. He'd already handed in his notice, and the post office had found someone to replace him. Soon, a younger, fresher face would take over his route, and Henry would finally be free from the early morning starts and the endless paperwork. He could spend his days fishing, gardening, or simply relaxing on his porch swing. But as the day of his final delivery dawned, a strange resolve settled in Henry's heart. He wasn't just going to retire, he was going to do one last big thing, something that would leave a lasting impression on the town he'd served for so long. An idea formed in his mind, something that would touch the hearts of his neighbors, something that would make them understand just how much they, too, had touched his heart. That morning, as the sun peeked over the hills and the mist clung to the valleys, Henry set out on his final route. In his mailbag, he carried more than just letters and packages. He carried a heavy dose of gratitude and a truckload of affection. His first stop was at the Thompsons, a young family with 2 kids. Henry had watched them grow up, deliver birthday cards and Christmas cheer to their home. Today, he had a special gift for them, a heartfelt letter for little Ellie, wishing her all the best for her future. He remembered her fascination with ladybugs and her infectious giggle. How could he forget? It echoed in his ears even now. Then there was the Sanders farm. Old Man Sanders was known for his prize-winning apples and his gruff exterior that hid a heart of gold. Henry had always enjoyed their banter. How could he not? Sanders was a character, always ready with a joke or a story. Henry had a special delivery for him too. A simple thank you for the apples he shared and the chats they had through the years. As Henry drove down Maple Street, he couldn't help but smile. He knew what awaited him. The houses were adorned with blue ribbons, the color of the sky and the ocean. The kids were gathered at their mailboxes, their faces a mix of excitement and sorrow. They had known this day would come, yet it hadn't made it any less difficult. There were waves, hugs, and even a few tears shed. Each goodbye was a tiny piece of Maple Hollow breaking off and falling into place in his heart. He felt seen, appreciated, and loved, and he knew this feeling would stay with him long after his retirement. By lunchtime, Henry found himself at the cozy corner diner. Doris, the owner, had a plate of cookies waiting for him. They were oatmeal raisin, his favorite. Doris was like a second mother to him. She'd given him countless cups of coffee, free slices of pie, and most importantly, a listening ear. Maple Hollow wasn't just Henry's workplace. It was his second home, and the people here were his chosen family. He might be retiring from his job, but he was not retiring from them. He would still be at the diner on Mondays for coffee, at the town hall meetings, and at the baseball games. He was part of this community, and they were part of him. As the sun began its slow descent, casting long shadows across the town, Henry made his final delivery. It was to his own mailbox. He wanted to end his route where it began, with the people who had become his friends. There, under the old oak tree, surrounded by the fading light and the whispers of the wind, Henry received his final gift, a symbol of the love and appreciation he had earned over the years. It was a quilt, a patchwork of memories, laughter, and shared moments. Each stitch represented a piece of Maple Hollow's heart, a testament to the bond they had formed. Tears welled up in Henry's eyes as he looked at the quilt. He couldn't have asked for a more fitting farewell. It was a tangible reminder of the lives he'd touched and the lives that had touched his. That night, as the crickets chirped and the fireflies blinked their silent farewell, Henry stood on his porch, clutching the quilt. The sky was a deep indigo, sprinkled with a million tiny diamonds. It was one of those nights that made you feel small yet important, insignificant yet connected to something vast and eternal. He looked out at the town, at the houses with the porch lights on, at the street where the children played, at the familiar sights that had become a part of his soul. Maple Hollow was more than a town. It was a tapestry of lives woven together by threads of kindness, shared stories, and unspoken understanding. He'd been a part of this tapestry for over 4 decades, and now his thread was being gently pulled towards the setting sun. It was time to rest, to watch the next generation weave their own stories into the fabric of this wonderful town. He smiled, knowing that although his time as a mailman was ending, his time with Maple Hollow was far from over. He was their mailman, yes, but he was also their friend, their confidant, and their neighbor. And that, he knew, was a title that would last forever.